Welcome everyone. We are in another exciting week of Chair League casts, and we are in the semi-finals already of season 3, and we have tonight a Division 2 cast between Red Star Missile and Rip the Dream. And as you can see, I'm showing you the journey each team took through the playoffs so far. You see that Red Star Missile is the 7th seed in the division, and they somehow made it to the semifinals, upsetting Sweet Synergy last week, who was ranked number 2 during regular season play. Rip the Dream is ranked 3, so you kind of expect them to be in the semifinals. You see the other match was 1 versus 4 this week, and seed number 1-1, and I have played Unlimited Breadsticks before when I was in Division 2 earlier in the season, and they were really good. They finished 7-1 in the division, so no surprise there that they would make it to the finals. Now we can see if Red Star Missile can pull another upset this week and go all the way to the finals. So I'm just going to start the draft and get out the draft links. Meanwhile, I hope everyone is having a great Nexus challenge. So far, hope you guys are enjoying the hero rewards and everything. I personally have all the heroes they're giving away, so a bit unlucky there, but you know, I'm still gonna enjoy the stim pack. So, and it's always fun playing with friends, so no complaints there. Okay, as you can see, Red Star Missile being 7th seed got the home team. I don't know if that's determined randomly or not, but they are the home team, whether it's because they're the lower seed or not. So here we go. Draft links are out. Just waiting for the teams to join, and we will get started. Once again, I'm Dualistic. If you're a first time here in this channel, if you enjoy the cast, please give me a follow. I also have a YouTube channel that I'll be uploading the VODs to later on, so feel free to check that out. And we're just making sure the captains got the links. Okay, Red Star. Okay, they're in. All right, here we go. Cursed Hollow, a map we've seen many times in Chair League before. Although it seems like in the Pro Division, the teams don't really prefer this map. It's usually a lot of Tomb, the Spider Queen, and Sky Temple. But here we are on Cursed Hollow, back in good old Division 2, and there are some really good teams. Like I said, Unlimited Breadsticks, the first seed team heading into the playoffs was a very good team. They absolutely destroyed us. So and Rip the Dream being number 3, expect similarly good play from them. They actually banned Muradin. Muradin has been stellar since his supposed nerf, but they actually buffed his other build, which is Skullcracker and Give him the Axe, and he has been doing insane damage on top of being his regular tanky self, still healing static, so they just want to deal with him. Perhaps they also scouted that Red Star Missile was, Rip the Dream was very good with Muradin, so didn't want that. And then Rip the Dream doesn't want the new hero Varian, even though Varian doesn't have a really good win rate right now. Still maybe not enough scrims, not enough practice against Varian, so why risk that? Just take it right out. Again, they are the higher seeded team, Rip the Dream, so they don't really need to risk anything. If they believe they're better, they want to just drag this out into a standard game, let their skill and experience as a team take over and win safely. So first pick for Red Star Missile is Kerrigan. Very good diver onto the back line, pairs well with anything like Uther or any other shielding hero. Zarya is a good pairing with her as well. In Cursed Hollow, there are a lot of choke points around the tributes, so Kerrigan can usually get multi-hero stuns if the other team doesn't watch the positioning and all groups up in a choke, she can also pull them into that choke for the combo. So if Kerrigan can get those opportunities, he's super strong. Another hero who can take advantage of those chokes, though, and get those multi-hero stuns is ETC. And he can easily get value moshes in these chokes. So, and of course, ETC is, besides Muradin, kind of the go-to tank right now. So, great pick from them. Brightwing, the mobility on this massive map is always welcome. You can split soak a long time, and since the tribute warning to the tribute spawn is very short on this map, you will get a lot of opportunity to split soak. People have to leave very early if they want to contest for that tribute, if it's across the map. The response is Johanna. This counters ETC's Mosh a lot. She's probably the single greatest counter to Mosh just by herself. She's got Bless's Shield and of course Conviction. So, or Condemn, one of those. I think Conviction is the talent, so Condemn. So she is just a one-man Mosh cancellation machine, and this might make ETC go into stage 5. That global, of course, with Brightwing means they can double split soak even and just join the fight super late, or they can check across the map for bosses, stuff like that. Now to get some of their own mobility, Red Star Missile has picked Falstad, and he has fallen off a bit lately. He had seen a bit of a lull, but I think during BlizzCon he actually made quite a comeback, and we can see that he can still do quite a bit of damage, and Gust, when used correctly, is still the most powerful ult in the game, probably. Just the control and the boss stealing potential on this map is intense. And of course, Cursed Hollow, it often occurs that if you get one boss, you can also get the other, if the other team isn't already doing theirs, so, or if they haven't ganked you at the boss. So now we see Tassadar and Jaina banned out. I'm not sure about Jaina. She's very good at the goaltending, the Curse Tribute with her Frostbolt build, and in those chokes. She can land easy Ring of Frost setups even without any setup, and especially with ETC, it would be, or sorry, with Johanna vacuuming people in, it would be very easy to land on top of that, or Kerrigan stun. You can land Ring of Frost on top of that, so they just decide not to risk it. Once again, it could be a comfort ban. Maybe Red Star Missile used it to upset Sweet Synergy last week, and they decide they don't want to risk them getting it. Tassadar is an interesting ban by Red Star Missile. I think maybe Rip the Dream has picked Illidan a lot, or is very proficient with Illidan, and instead of banning the Illidan outright, they just ban his go-to pairing. Tychus is the pick, and Vala. Vala is just that really solid like auto-attacking DPS right now, and she has kind of taken the role of like the old Raynor. You can pick her in almost any comp, she's going to do very well. She's going to give you the same kind of consistent output and damage, as long as, you know, she doesn't overextend and die really early in the fight. And Tychus prevents the double tank pickup. And fighting around curse points, the laser is really annoying. And if you want to take advantage of the chokes, you can go Odin and have those huge AoEs. Zagara to give them even more global presence. I'm guessing this is going to be a Nidus. Maw would also work. Once again, it's a great Mosh counter and lots of chokes. So AoE control is superb, and like Maw is one of the best, even if it is on quite a long cooldown now. So if you use it on one tribute, it's not going to come up for 2 more tributes. So And Rhaegar is the healer of choice for Red Star Missile. He has fallen out of favor a lot. Usually you see Oriole being the kind of second go-to healer, and even the reworked Kharazim has seen quite a spike in win rate right now, above Rhaegar. So interesting that they went with the Rhaegar. Very good pairing with Kerrigan though. You can put the Lightning Shield on her and Ancestral will save her. And since they have the Tychus Rip the Dream, besides they can go for even more global mobility with Dahaka and more tankiness. He is basically impossible to kill. He is also really great solo laner.
I will fight to my last breath.
So everybody's in the lobby. We're just waiting for everyone to ready up. Let me know in the chat which team comp you think is better for Cursed Hollow. Do you prefer Red Star Missiles, Falstad, Zagara, Rhaegar lane, or Rhaegar, Johanna, Kerrigan lineup, or do you prefer ETC, Brightwing, Vala, Tychus, Dahaka? I think I have to go with Rip the Dreams personally. And here we go. Very exciting. This is game 1. It's a best of 3. All games are best of 3 in the playoffs, and I heard rumors that maybe all divisions will have best of 3 games even for regular season in the future. So it should be exciting. Looking forward to those changes. And here's where I would read their team descriptions, but neither team had a description. And Rip the Dream went 4-0 in the regular season, and Red Star Missile went 5-3 in the regular season. So quite the Cinderella story for Red Star Missile, I would say. Okay, here we go. Introducing Red Star Missile, we have Wombat on Kerrigan, Tythley on Falstad, Wolf, the captain, on Johanna, Kazmobile on Rhaegar, and Zagara, Deathpone on Zagara. On Rip the Dream, we have Captain L2 Vile on Vala, Blades on ETC, Council on Tychus, Tyrella on Brightwing, and Zabu Mafu on Dahaka. And here we go. So one team choosing to go all 5, but Zagara decides to set up her creep tumors on top first, ignoring all this conflict in the middle. Looking at the level 1 talents, Block Party for ETC, even though there aren't really any big auto attackers on the team of Red Star Missile. I mean, Kerrigan does have okay auto attacks, and so does Falstad, especially if he goes the auto attack build, which it doesn't look like he is, but very interesting block party pick, I think. And we see Johanna getting pressured all the way back already. Of course, they only had 3 people, and they were fighting into 4, so they should have identified that right away, that they weren't going to get a favorable trade, but they decided to do it anyway. And here we see the solo hitting Dahaka, who I just described as being a very strong solo laner, and should definitely hold her own against Zagara if he plays it right, because he gets free heals by going back to base and then tunneling back in. So he can actually just block all of Zagara's damage with his body. Okay, so it looks like they're setting up a gank on Falstad down here. Let's see if it's gonna work. Press the advantage, hot pursuit, unfurling spray, and primal aggression. Rounds out the rest. Oh, and it looks like a counter gank, and oh, great setup there. They knew ETC went down for a gank, and they came to counter gank perfectly. And Vala, being a very, very squishy hero, just it stood no chance there. Once she didn't see the flank coming, she was dead. And I have to wonder if that was a communication error by Rip the Dream, if the mid heroes didn't communicate that, you know, the heroes were missing, and if they were missing, they would likely gank the Vala and not the Dahaka. So Dahaka being a much harder kill. Nice stun combo from Kerrigan here, and a nice body block from Rhaegar. Can he actually get him? No, that last wolf pounce did not kill him. And you see Vala and Brightwing are taking these camps right now in advance of the tribute spawning, and this is a great time to do it. Is luck going to be with them? And it is. It is on the opposite side. So are we going to see Red Star Missile give up this tribute so they can clear up the bot lane and not give up too much of an advantage there? Of course, the first tribute isn't really that important, so Falstad's going to try and stay and deal with it while Zagara interrupts. Vala goes right in really hard, and here we go. There's a two-man pull-in and the stun! This is what I was saying about the chokes around the tribute. You can often get a multi-hero combo with Kerrigan, and that is value, and usually results in a death. And we see that Falstad is still down there. Soaking up XP. Uh-oh, Johanna better be careful here. Oh no, that's Kerrigan, sorry. And yeah, Kerrigan does go down, going a bit too deep without the Falstad coming in. And once again, you have to... I wonder about maybe it was a communication problem, because if they were going to go in that hard, they should have had Falstad here already. And now it looks like a 4-on-4 now with Falstad coming in. He flew really close though, but it looks like Rip the Dream is backing off. Johanna in a lot of trouble. She's going to go down, and they gave up 2 kills. They're still ahead in experience, but they need to be super careful. Dahaka's going home, getting that free refill, as I was describing before, and it was a nice interrupt by Falstad to try and stop him from doing that, but Kerrigan misses a combo there, and now she's caught deep with the polymorph. She manages to back out, but now she's in no shape to fight. Falstad's actually out of mana, and so is Rhaegar, and so is Zagara, so it looks like they have to give it up anyway. They do end up with about half a level lead out of this phase, so if they hit 7 first and Rip the Dream hasn't hit 7, they will have an advantage going into the next tribute phase, which will be fairly soon. We see Laws of Hope come out from Johanna here, Static Shield, Sonic Pulse, and Medusa Blades. Nothing too surprising here. He did go the Baneling for better goaltending for Zagara at level 1, which is quite unusual. But all the level 1 talents for Zagara are viable, so definitely not a misplay or anything like that. And there we go, level 7 talents are out for both teams. Sin's exposed. Interesting. So go for the DPS option here. Maybe for more burst potential with Kerrigan, a Simulation Mastery for Kerrigan, Viscous Acid for the slow, and yeah, it looks like a Baneling build. Kerrigan, they're actually still taking the camps here while the tribute is going on. That forces Johanna really deep, and she's probably dead. Oh no. There is just... oh, that's just a little bit of mistiming, and why is Falstad here now? The fight is done. They already took the tribute. Vala already starts the boss. Wow. Knowing Johanna is dead, the other team can't fight without a tank, but if you're gonna get this slow, they definitely could fight if they caught any wind of it whatsoever. But Johanna hasn't replenished her creep in this area, so they don't know at all. Falstad, is he gonna scout this out? If he scouts this out, he can do something maybe? No, it's just him by himself, so there's nothing to be done. And he tells his team, and his team kind of arrives, but nothing happens. What a great and smart move by Rip the Dream there. Just so confident knowing they could take the boss right there. A very decisive play, and I like to see that from teams. It shows that they were already thinking of the next step before the fight was even over. And that's the kind of optimization you need to have if you're going to beat a team that is similar in skill than yours. And at the semi-finals, you should have to assume that your opposition is going to be of similar skill. Johanna once again getting picked up. Oh no, and now they're just going to have to give the tribute. They did get level 10 before this though, so it's not like they're going to be choked out of level 10, but Falstad better get out of there. Okay, because like he could have been stunned into a tongue and guaranteed dead. And oh, Vala's getting pressured a lot by the Rhaegar there. But Brightwing comes in and heals him up. Brightwing did take Blank Heal, choosing to save being able to save his squishies really easily, Vala namely, and Tychus, which is the bulk of their DPS. Her tanks won't really need any much help, especially Dahaka, who can heal himself, and he has the burrow dodge, so... And nice vacuum there into the Maelstrom, into a Kerrigan combo, but again, with that burrow, just so disruptive of any combo damage, and it actually Vala going down despite Kerrigan's nice combo, and Kerrigan also goes down. Oh no, and everyone's dying. Rhaegar's dying, and in a twist of fate, it's only the Johanna left alive this time. It is Nidus network from Zagara, so they have even more mobility. And it looks like Rip the Dream is going to start the second boss. They don't have 13 yet, so this is still... They can still try to contest this if they make it in time, but no, it doesn't look like Red Star Missile is going to try people are just, reviving now, so they're just going to deal with it. It looks like ETC does go with the stage dive for more mobility, and because Johanna is such a great canceller of the mosh pit. Strafe from Vala, we saw that in the fight at the bottom, and isolation from Dahaka. We did see adaptation from a couple teams at BlizzCon, but I think isolation is probably still the more steady or more consistent ult to take. And it looks like they're just gonna take this mid wall, probably not gonna push for too much further. Yeah. Very smart move. Just secures their XP advantage now. They have a full level advantage still at 13. The tongue from Dahaka's misses, but doesn't matter. They just back away as if nothing happened. Now they're going to move top, destroy this nice network. She actually didn't put it in the bush. That's very interesting. I think much like the creep tumor, the Nidus itself is what gives the vision, not the creep. So she couldn't see into either of those bushes with her Nidus network, which is one reason to put it in the Nidus put it in the bushes. The other one being, of course, to hide it from vision. Okay. So to me, it seems like they're having a bit of trouble getting their value out of Zagara, and this is kind of the problem with Zagara since her nerf. She just doesn't have the same lane sustain, so lane dominance that she used to have. They found Dahaka in this push, but it is Dahaka, so super hard to kill. No one is rotating for him though. There's ETC with the stage dive, and oh, Dahaka actually burrows out, and that's an ultimate down for no... Well, okay, they trade ultimates, the stage dive for the Maelstrom, but Maelstrom is a longer cooldown. Like, even though she used it earlier, it's not gonna be off cooldown before stage dive. Now, let's see. This is kind of the first team fight post 10 that the sides are gonna have, so we'll see who gets the better of this. And Tychus did go laser drill once again. If you're fighting over a point and the surrounding area is quite narrow and quite congested, laser can get a lot of value, especially when you have a double front line to protect it and they can't just burst it down. Now Zagara just sends all her banelings in at once. I'd like to see a more judicious use of that. Oh, it's a Kerrigan. It's gonna get blown up again. Nice ancestral to save her though. Strafe is gonna get a nice gust to blow back the strafe, so that was kind of a wasted strafe there. Nice usage of ultimates by both teams, I must say. It looks like Vala is channeling though. Ah, nice goaltending by Johanna using that flashlight to stop him. But it still looks like 4 tributes in a row for Rip the Dream. They just have so much space control, and with their double front line that Red Star Missile can't seem to get through. Kerrigan is not great against very durable front lines. And look at this, they're starting the boss once again. They knew that Red Star Missile would back up. And it looks like they're choosing to gank Dahaka. Perfect distraction. No, they're wrapping around. They do sense this boss, but Gust is still down, so they can't even steal it. And maybe that's what made them go into the pit in the first place. Johanna in trouble now. She's stunned. Perfect timing. Waiting for the end of... Timing it with the end of her passive. Oh, they should blow up the Val here. No, Brightwing comes in to save her. Great play from the Brightwing, taking care of her squishies. Now they have another boss to contend with. And... looks like it will get the fort here, but probably not much more after that. Okay, level 13. We see Double Strike, Flow Rider, Burning Rage, Hydralisk Infusion, and Tidal Waves. And on this side we have Face Melt, Neo Steel Coating, Gloom, Shield Dust, and Whirling Dervish. Okay. It looks like they are giving up this tribute to get in place for the next boss, and the creep did scout this out from Sagara, so, and she has the global kind of presence from her Nidus, so she's down here along with two of his teammates, but the entire team of Rip the Dream is down here, so aside from Tychus. So they just casually steal that camp and walk away. If there was no creep spotting them out, then they could have actually just snuck the boss, but since they knew they were spotted, they decided not to risk it and just took a small camp instead. And that kind of greedy play, or non-greedy play, sorry, conservative play is quite smart. There's no need for them to risk it. A big team fight is how Red Star Missile gets back into this game. They don't need the big team fight, they're already winning, so... Good work there. Okay, ETC scouting out whether they're doing the boss or not. There's no way they try to sneak this one. And for the first time, Rip the Dream is actually kind of split, so they try to go for Falstad, but ends up getting Rhaegar instead. Is he going to live? Rhaegar is pretty slippery, and they do have the whole team. Oh no, they fought 3v5 relying on the globals, but the globals weren't there fast enough. And now they gave up 2 before the next tribute. It's still not a curse point for them, so not the most devastating thing, but giving up those 2 kills, the experience is almost equalized. They just decide to make a play that they couldn't. You know, their mouths wrote checks that their bodies couldn't cash. And they ended up giving up 2 kills. Up to this point, Rip the Dream have been very grouped up, and so they were the ones taking the fights really well. But now we see that they made the first mistake of the game, maybe. They dominated every tribute, but they decided to give up a tribute to try to sneak a boss, and then couldn't do that, and then now they gave up 2 kills for nothing. So the start of the comeback: Frost Shot, Titan Grenade, Showstopper, Bouncy Dust, and Elongated Ton. Looks like their creeps are gonna get the top. Nope. Okay, Val is here to put a stop to those shenanigans. And here we see some clearing up of mercs. Bottom, the boss might... yeah, okay, it is probably going to get this fort, despite ETC and Brightwing's heroic efforts. And it looks like Party Bush set up by Red Star Missile. Now that they're on even talents, they're very fearless, you can see.
Gather tribute.
And they doesn't look like they can find anyone. Dahaka's a really hard kill. But looks like they're going to spend the Gust and Maelstrom to kill him. This is everything. That's 2 heroics down to kill Dahaka. And it looks like even Blessed Shield is used, actually. And they do get top 4 out of that, and this tribute though, so not the big deal for them to waste those ults if they can get this before Dahaka's up. If Rip the Dream can delay this enough, no, they can't. But if they could delay it enough, Dahaka could just brush Stalker back in, and then it'd be trouble with their ults down. As you can see, all the ults are up on Rip the Dream. They could actually try to fight this, even though they're the ones cursed. I think they're gonna try. With a stage dive, look at how grouped up this is. A stage dive right here, they could not get out of that, and Tychus throwing a drill in front, and then stage dive on top of them could have disastrous results with the Brush Stalker coming in to flank them. But they decide, no need to risk it, no need to risk the fight here still. They're going for the Merc camp here, interesting. instead of getting more damage onto the structures. ETC is top. He has the stage dive whenever he needs it, so he doesn't need to be grouped up with his team. Okay. So we're gonna see if either team is going to make like a slight communication mistake or just kind of a team synergy mistake, as we've seen a couple of times before in this game. Whoever makes the next mistake is going to give up a huge advantage. The next mistake is going to be keep. Looks like Red Star Missile knows. They've let Rip the Dream sneak boss twice. They're saying, nope, not again. This time we're ready for it. And Rip the Dream was also worried that Red Star Missile was doing their boss, so they also check. And who's going to... Oh, nice Titan Grenade into... Oh, nice grab onto the Kerrigan. Kerrigan's in trouble. Good cleanse, but is she going to get an Ancestral Healing in time? She looks like she is. What a beautiful timing on that. Boss is going to stun her, though. Oh, no, Kerrigan. Oh, the boss. So biased. But it does look like a pull on Falstad, but no one was there to help him, and the fight is split up in two ways, unfortunately. They could have killed that Falstad if anyone else was there. Brushstalker ahead to try and cut off the team, but Falstad just jumps over it. It looks like Rhaegar will die still, and so great for them to still get another kill after that broken play. And wow, that boss stun was MVP in that fight. Just locked down Kerrigan just enough. Oh, I'm just kidding, of course. All the damage from Red Star Missile, the great focus fire, or from Rip the Dream, and the great focus firing, of course, contributed to killing Kerrigan. And Kerrigan being the first caught was really detrimental. He really needs Johanna to be the one in front tanking all those spells and those initial bursts, that initial burst damage. So. Well, it does look like Sagara was busy pushing bottom all the while, and actually almost gets this keep. I'm actually surprised she doesn't go try to drop like Banelings on it and Roaches on it to try and finish that, but it looks like they have bigger fish to fry. They know that Rip the Dream is going to try the boss, and here they are. They found them. Remember, Falstad still has Gust, and it is a great boss stealing ultimate if he can get behind her and gust everyone away, but it doesn't look like he can. It is easier to do when you're on the defensive side, so if you're already on this side of the wall and you can barrel roll in, gust everyone out, and then that's your boss steal. So. Okay, they're just gonna let the boss go top while they fight for this tribute. They do not want to lose the tribute, although it's not curse point. Okay, there we go. They decide against it. And looks like Sagara got keep bottom in the meantime. ETC stage dove in to make her pay for it, though. And the rest of the team is poking down the boss. Ooh, they were really grouped up there. That could have been really dangerous. Blessed Shield to disengage from Johanna, so they traded Stage Dive for Blessed Shield. Reasonable trade there. Johanna popped her Unstoppable, so she has about 40 seconds before she can really go ham here and tank for her team. So they traded Keep for Keep, which is a great trade for Red Star Missile, really, because they didn't have the boss, and they did that. Maelstrom from Kerrigan, and she's actually backing up as she does it. Oh no, Falstad got blown up. This Ancestral could not heal him in time, and you can see Kerrigan just can't stand against this team. There's just too much damage from Vala and Tychus on her. And there goes the Ancestral, but it looks like Rhaegar's gonna die if he's not careful. Johanna's doing what she can, but there's just too much damage and too much durability from Rip the Dream, and they win game 1. That was a great back and forth game. Red Star Missile actually pulled it back quite a few times when I thought, you know, Rip the Dream would just keep the advantage the whole time. So we see Tychus died 0 times, so great play from him. He does not have the best of escapes, so really nice when he doesn't die at all. And look at that hero damage from Vela. This is why Vela has been such a high pick in competitive games. With a comp that can protect her, she just goes crazy with the damage. Siege damage, we see Zagara, heads and tails, still doing all those siege damage. She did pre-nerf, but still not winning the game for her team, unfortunately. Look at all that XP soak though. She did a great job. Trading that keep bottom, like I said, was very good. It would have been even better if she could not die for it, but ETC made sure that couldn't happen. And then let's go to it looks like we're going to 2 next. Okay. So I'm going to throw it to a break screen right now while I set up the next game. Thank you very much for watching so far. If you enjoy the cast, please give me a follow. And we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. Game 2 of Red Star Missile versus Rip the Dream. Tomb of the Spider Queen is Red Star Missile's map pick, and I am almost sick of seeing this map, but of course it is a very standard and fair map, and that's why it gets picked a lot in Tier League. And the thing is about it too, it's a smart pick from Red Star Missile because it is a completely different map than Cursed Hollow. Instead of kind of mobility and map dominance kind of map, it's more straightforward, it's more congested area, so if they want to play that Kerrigan again, Kerrigan is way better on this map than Cursed Hollow, for example. I would say this is in fact Kerrigan's second best map, so she just has a lot more room to maneuver, more creeps to kill, to sustain, and build up those shields. So bringing it into a much smaller map was a smart pick from Red Star Missile, you know, all kind of standardness aside, meta-ness aside. And once again, this is Chair League playoffs, semifinals for Division 2. And Red Star Missile was the 7th seed team, and Rip the Dream was the 3rd seed team going into the playoffs. So it's been quite an upset journey for Red Star Missile to get here. They beat the 10th seed team in round 1, and then in round 2 they beat the 2nd seeded team, the team that finished 2nd in the regular season. So great job by them to get here so far, but they need to make some adjustments if they want to beat Rip the Dream. Game 1 was close. They were close to turning it, and they actually got the first keep even, but Rip the Dream got every boss? No, they got every boss but one, and ended up taking the game on Crystal Hollow. But I should catch up with the draft here. So, as before, the second team to ban is forced to ban Varian because there just hasn't been enough practice time. Teams are just unsure of if they can deal with him or not, even if his win rate isn't the best in high-level Hero League right now. And so we see Varian and Zool are the two bans. This is a rotational map, and Zool in that top mid rotation is quite strong. So we do see that he gets banned here once in a while. And Sylvanas being the other traditional power pick here. We see Li Ming picked a lot here too for her goaltending abilities. And of course when she hits 7, she also has great Rave Clear. And there we go, we see Red Star Missile getting that Kerrigan pick they seem so comfortable with. The Kerrigan player was fairly strong last game, did get multiple multi-hero stun combos. She did miss once, I think, that I saw, but you know, that's still a fairly high percentage, and when she hits them, it's very high impact. It was a very tough game for her though, running into Double Warrior on a kind of openish map, and like when the fights didn't take place around the tributes, when they were backing up and stuff, there was not a lot of room for her to, or too much room for her to cover. And then if she has to chase into teams, like we just saw a lot of wasted Maelstroms because of Dahaka's burrow and stuff like that. So she just had a very rough game, and then Tychus and Vala did the appropriate focus firing to kill her. And there we go, there's the Li Ming. So good for goaltending on this map, just superior distance to almost everyone except Chromie and Jaina's Frostbolt with the Frostbolt build. So there we see that there. And Muradin, who was banned out last game, first picked this game for Rip the Dream. Just super consistent tank, can do everything, survive, escape, chase, slow, stun, you name it, he's got it. And now with his most recent quote-unquote nerfs, he actually does a ton of damage as well once he hits level 16. And Healing Static now hits more people, so, or on this map we'll have more things to hit, so we can heal it more. Tychus and Kael'thas are the other two bans. Kael'thas is actually quite popular on this map, especially in Jera League it seems, because his AoE wave clear is so good, and we see a lot of times the convection quest is completed quite early for a Kael'thas on this map. Tychus was a bane of Red Star Missile's existence. We saw that Tychus did not die last game when played by Rip the Dream, so they just decide, you know what, just go with something else. And we saw that Jaina was the second ban from Rip the Dream last game against Red Star Missile, so they probably did scout out that Red Star Missile does like Jaina, and there's their comfort Jaina pick. It looked quite strange back then. I did think it was probably a comfort ban, and it was. It turns out Red Star Missile does like Jaina, and Jaina is really good for this map. Like I said, with the Frostbolt build, she has really good goaltending from really far away on a very short cooldown, and she has great wave clear with her Blizzard, Cone of Cold with her AoE spells, and they get the Vala. We saw that Vala topped hero damage by a significant amount last game, and she just does a lot of work with her multi-shot build. She still does a lot of damage, and she has the wave clear necessary to work on this map. Okay, so we're just waiting for the next. They pick actually Leoric. Wow, we haven't seen this hero in forever. He had like a brief moment in the sun in like the EU regionals, maybe the first or second regionals, I don't remember. But he was kind of the de facto second tank pick. I think especially from Fnatic or something. Maybe it was Dignitas, and they just really loved picking Leoric. I mean, double tank comps are so popular in the EU meta that Leoric is a great counter anti-tank hero. But he just has completely fallen out of favor since Murd and ETC had been so strong, and now we see him again. He has he's fairly decent wave clear with his cleave. Sorry, skeletal swing, and and of course being able to scout even when dead, and you know, just being an anti-tank hero, soul-sucking Johanna, or life-draining, sorry, Johanna, will give him great utility. I'm not sure though. Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen him in so long. It could work, and it looks like they do prefer this double tank frontline, but we'll see how they play around the Leoric. And then Lunara to round out their picks. And Lunara was once again fairly popular on this map before, but once again has fallen out of favor. And so it seems like they're just bringing back two heroes that have kind of fallen out of favor, but returning here. And we see the Rhaegar again from Red Star Missile. I guess they're just comfortable with this hero. You see Vala and Oriel being such a powerful pairing in this patch, or well, ever since, you know, the Vala's rework, that it seems really weird that they don't take advantage of that. Oriel, of course, being also a much safer healer, being able to heal and damage at long range. But once again, Rhaegar does pair better with Kerrigan. So he's kind of halfway between an Uther and an Oriel, say. So we'll see if Red Star Missile can make the adjustment and complete their Cinderella story, not have it fall short here in game 2 against Rip the Dream. They've come so far. It was a 3-game series last week against Sweet Synergy. Red Star Missile completing the upset there in game 3. Very thrilling series. I'm sure I didn't actually watch it. I've just looked up there, looked at what happened last week, so here we go. Okay, so Red Star Missile, Captain Wolf on Johanna once again, Kazmobile on Rhaegar, Wombat on Kerrigan, Deathpone on Jaina, and Tithli on Vala. So just their assassins have switched up assassins, everyone else stayed the same. On the side of Rip the Dream, we have Zabumafu on Lunara. I believe she was the Tychus last game. Tyrella is on Brightwing. L2 Ival on the Captain on Li Ming. Blades on Murden, and Council on Leoric. Auto update has started for someone. Looks like I assume they mean update and not actually upload. Let's take a look at the talents while that happens. Hot Pursuit, quite standard. Wolf Run on Rhaegar. Lingering Chill on Jaina, so not the Frostbolt range for the goaltending. So we're just gonna rely on Johanna to do that. If he feels like, if she does need to goaltend though. She'll put herself in a lot of danger. And a lot of friendly banter going on. On the other side, we have Power Hungry. I always take Power Hungry on this map. It's the best. And Unfurling Spray on Brightwing. And Perfect Storm for Murden. Interesting. This map can go quite short, but it can also go very long. So we'll see how much value he can get out of this Perfect Storm. I would almost like to have seen block from him, actually. Interesting that he took block party last game when there were no kind of auto attackers on the side of Red Star Missile, but now that there is in Vala, he is taking Perfect Storm. I don't know how to feel about that. I've pressed the button. Okay, there we go. Sorry teams, I really wasn't paying attention to the chat. I had to unpause. I apologize. Okay, so here we go. Looks like the West Side Story fight going on 5v5. Leoric scouts it out, takes a bunch of damage, and then says, nope, I'm out of here. Let's see who their solo laners bottom are going to be. We don't have any traditional strong solo laners, so it just looks like it's going to be Leoric versus Kerrigan. I believe Leoric probably wins this fight. Oh no, it's going to be Vala here versus Leoric, and I think Vala should most likely dominate this lane. I don't see how Leoric would be able to get in there without taking a bunch of crossbow bolts to the face. And we see the 4-man rotation as is custom on this map by both teams. Looks like Rip the Dream is slightly ahead in that department. Maybe they started it slightly early while I was watching bottom lane. But looks like, yeah, I have to get here just in time to soak. Yeah, there we go. And both teams are just, they're just alternating. And it looks like Leoric is crouching tiger right now, and Vala knows she's in there, so just waiting for the Hungering Arrow cooldown. Oh, she should not have been hit by that one. Need to, especially with hot pursuit stacks, you can dodge that quite easily, so gotta watch out for that. Just juke it out before you commit to any auto attacking him. And thank you, Sadus Calvin, buddy. Much love, much love. Remember to give a follow if you're not following yet. Okay, so still nothing really going on. No one can turn. Oh, Murden just sneaking this turn in. They're just letting him do this. Don't just let him do this, team. Aw, okay, well, that's 14 deposited, which, you know, it's not the most time effective thing to do, but it is very safe. And they didn't need him for clear anyway. Murden, all he can really provide is this W, and then that doesn't even do much until you get the double W at 4. And good dodge there of the life drain there, and that's what I was talking about. It's very easy for Vala to dodge, so especially with hot pursuit stack, so she shouldn't be hit with it. And once she dodges one of these, Leoric had to commit to commit to being in proximity to do that. So he just takes a bunch of damage, and you're winning the lane automatically. Oh, looks like Li Ming tries to set up a gank. What great reaction time from Tifley here. Vaulting out of the way of the orb damage just in time. Kind of those little things are what wins you 1v1 lane like that. Oh, Kerrigan tries to gank Li Ming and fails. So they're going to fall behind on their 4-man rotation now because they tried to commit so many people bottom to ganking the Li Ming. And yeah, you see they're missing about 1/3 of a level now because of that. Let's see if they can catch up. Vala is running low on mana. She should conserve her skills. See, doing that multi-shot there that she did kind of in panic was not the wisest use of her mana, because since she only got one target and Leoric didn't even care. You saw that it didn't really do that much damage. Okay, let's see, can they catch Muradin here? Nope. Did a bunch of damage though, but Muradin's passive is just going to heal him back up. In a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, lane sustain is so important for the early stages that Muradin is a super pick. And he was popular even before his latest quote-unquote nerfs. So... And Super Jova, it is a best of 3, regardless of whether it goes to 3 games. Okay, Leoric, they stopped his turn in there, and it looks like they can't kill him still. It's a Leoric, he has a good escape, although, you know, my pub Leorics die every so often, you know, to make maximum use of his trait. And Brightwing got solo soak here, and look at this, they're still about a third of a level ahead now. It looks like RSM hasn't been able to catch up in their rotation. And looks like they're gonna get the first turn in at this rate. It doesn't look like Red Star Missile has any power to walk into the double tank team. At least this time though, Red Star Missile does have a Giant Killer in Vala. She gets it quite a bit later at level 16 though, so, and this game might not even last till then. Like I said, games on Tomb can be quite short, and Kerrigan actually misses her combo there, not expecting Muradin to just kind of stand there and man up on her. Look at this, Muradin's just afraid of nothing. The dwarf that never dies, legends will live on. Alright. But as we get later into the game, even though they're the Kerrigan comp, I feel like Red Star Missile will start having the advantage. Leoric just doesn't provide you that much later on in the game, I feel. So, of course his life drain scales, but it's only a single tank in Johanna, and she doesn't really have the highest hero pool. It's not like a Diablo or a Muradin, so the life drain will only get so much value. What he does provide, even if he does die, of course, is like free scouting. So if Red Star Missile tries to take a boss or something once they win a team fight, Leoric will be right on top of that. And looks like they're goaltending quite well. They probably want to get 10 before they fight, and if they get 10 before Red Star Missile can turn in, then Red Star Missile can't turn in at all. Nice cleanse there from the Rhaegar, cleansing right before the Stormbolt hit Kerrigan, and Kerrigan took a Li Ming combo to the face and is really hurting. There's gonna be some black eyes and bruises in the morning. It looks like Muradin taking the chance to turn in again. They have 50 gems already, and it's close to their second turn in. Oh goodness, and this is how we see the snowball effect of this map take place sometimes. And this is what, remember, this was Red Star Missile's pick, so they should be the ones, hopefully, with a strategy like this where they can prevent all the turn-ins and just snowball a lead. And they also have the Kerrigan, who is an early game monster. So, okay, it looks like Jaina's in a bit of trouble here. It looks like the fight is really split, and Vala gets blown up by the Entomb. They actually got caught in an engagement before they were level 10, and that is really unfortunate. And oh my goodness, things are gonna get out of control for RSM. They need to regroup. Ultimates are down for Rip the Dream, so if Red Star Missile can get 10 really quick and force an engagement, they will have the advantage, and they can come back still if they can, you know, get a few kills off that. So especially if they can get it right now, if they just forget about these straggling creeps and just group up and fight right now. They choose to go for the easy kill in Leoric, but I feel like they should go for the 4 up top, actually. Oh, Vala misses her Q. It is quite hard to hit after they changed it, by the way. That Q is not the easiest thing to hit. And they do gank the Leoric, but that's not enough. If they went top, they could have gotten 2 or 3 kills probably. And that would have been better, but they went for the safer pick and the easier pick on the Leoric. But Leoric's going to come back really soon, as you can see. They clear up the web weavers. They did lose top fort, and they're probably going to lose mid. We'll see if they can kill anyone, though, and punish Rip the Dream for this. They're actually going to try and save some damage onto their wall, knowing the mid fort is down, and I can't fault them for that decision. That's a very wise decision, very conventionally wise decision, I would say. The question is whether they're behind enough by now that they need to take some risks. And looks like, so level 13 advantage for Rip the Dream. They could, after this Web Weaver phase is over, which is momentarily. Oh, nice Entomb by Lyric, but they're actually separated by the gate. The Ring of Frost actually catches them, so that Entomb actually baited his team into a bad position. Maelstrom is kind of wasted once again by Kerrigan, though, getting almost no value from that. And she really needs to get value from a huge ultimate like that. Oh, they do catch another in Leoric, though. Once again, Leoric is quite squishy for being a warrior hero. And Li Ming is actually out of mana. Can she escape? Yeah, she will. And they don't chase for more. They choose to go for the turn, and they might have been able to... No, they might have been able to go boss knowing Li Ming was out of mana, Leoric's still dead, but they choose to play it safe, get their first turn into the game. So this is the start of their comeback trail. They feel they can still come back, and like I said, remember what I said earlier, later this gets into the game, I feel like their comp has the advantage. So we'll see what happens as they get later into the game. Once 16 is like the critical level for Red Star Missile. That's when Vala gets Manticore, which is her version of Giant Killer. It's a better version of Giant Killer, and she's gonna start melting the tanks in front. I missed a gank down bottom, which I should have seen, and Kerrigan goes down with, looks like about 12 gems. Those spider thoraxes will not be reclaimed. It looks like they can't even really get much damage out of this first turn-in for themselves, and that's not too surprising. It did give them the lane equilibrium back, and they do get a wall. Not that wall, and most of that wall. If anyone even breathes on this one tower, it's gonna fall over. It doesn't even have ammo, it can't even defend itself. It's like a poor defenseless hamster just stuck there. It's like one-legged hamster waiting to die. Alright, well, it does look like Li Ming is dumping her gems just as her team was engaging. Kind of bad timing, and once again, Jaina lands a beautiful combo. We're seeing why Jaina was banned from Red Star Missile in Game 1, second phase, and if we go to a Game 3, I wonder if they'll go back to banning the Jaina. Kerrigan once again getting blown up though, and it seems like this is often the trade, one hero for Kerrigan in return, and I'm not sure if it's just the Rhaegar pairing, and Rhaegar goes down actually. Nice flank from Li Ming there. Oh, the captain doing work. Is he gonna go down though? No, Blessed Shield's already used, so no way to catch up, and he was slowed by the Leoric skeletal swing. So even in death he's contributing, and just, yeah, I don't know if it's the Rhaegar pairing that can keep the Kerrigan alive, or, like, because we see Rhaegar being a really popular pairing with Illidan, for example, but it seems with Kerrigan, she just doesn't have enough dodging. She doesn't have a meta, she doesn't have the mobility tools to survive, and we actually don't see the Kerrigan trying to dodge in and out of the fight that much, and maybe she's really needs to kind of adjust her play and know that Rip the Dream is focus firing her really well, so she's got to jump out before she thinks she's in danger. Right now she's just trying to man up and build those simulation shields and survive that way, but it's clearly not working for her, so she needs to make that adjustment and start looking for creeps, looking for other people to jump to, and jump in and out of the fight, and kind of make people with abilities, waste skills, let Rhaegar heal her up before she goes back in, and maybe she could heal off creeps, more creeps, just give herself some time. Okay. So the push with the boss is likely to get a keep here. Oh, Johanna took so much damage. The Ancestral is not going to be in time, and that means it's down and can't save Kerrigan either. Oh no, this is suddenly the game. Just like that. That one positioning mistake from Johanna and Kerrigan on the top side of the keep, and oh my goodness. That's the game. That's the series. That's the finals for Rip the Dream. And Rip the Dream is appropriate, but for the other team, Red Star Missile, the 7th seed, coming so close to the finals, upsetting the number 2 seed last week in Game 3. They just couldn't make it happen. Oh my god. That just ended so suddenly. I just did not see that ending right there. Like, we saw Red Star Missile playing so safe the whole game. You know, they backed off in the early spider phases when Rip the Dream got turn-ins. They chose to save damage on their keep wall up top, knowing that was the boss lane, trying to prevent exactly a scenario like this where Rip the Dream could grab the boss and then just push in for the win. They purposely saved as much damage as they could in the top lane for that. And all of a sudden, it ends like that anyway. Just a double pick on Johanna and Kerrigan there. They both were together, ate an entire Li Ming combo. Lunara's poisoned going in. Everyone just pounding in the damage, all into that really tight grouping that the two of them had together. And from there, like once they were dead, there was no stopping Rip the Dream. So congratulations, Rip the Dream. And it looks like we will see a number 1 versus number 3 seed in the finals, and that should be very exciting next week. And we will see who gets the bragging rights, who gets the title, and who gets the t-shirt, more importantly, for winning Chair League Division 2. And special shout out to the people who died 0 times once again: Li Ming, Murden, and Brightwing. Great job, guys. Tyrella, Blazen, L2, well, Rival, sorry, I keep saying L2 Rival because I'm just reading it left to right, but Rival, that's clearly what that's supposed to be. Great job, you guys. Wow, and we saw that sick flank from Li Ming in that one fight mid that just changed, kind of almost sealed the game for them, actually. That fight really pushed kind of Red Star Missile's comeback chances back a lot. And we see Li Ming just doing so much hero damage. Vala doing by far the most hero damage on her team. Look at that, more than double the next one on her team, which is Jaina, who did land some beautiful Ring of Frost combos. We saw that in Tomb and in the on the mid fight near their keep, and she just kind of grouped everyone together, and she just lands a Ring of Frost and then her combo onto everyone, and that was kind of the start of the comeback for Red Star Missile. But unfortunately, they couldn't even take a fort at the end, I think, and just wasn't enough. They couldn't stall the game enough for level 16 so that Vala could get that Manticore and try to turn the game that way. So just a great series. And you're right, yeah, no deaths on Li Ming, took Glass Cannon, and there was a Kerrigan on the other team who's, you know, like one of the best gap closers and burst heroes. So if Li Ming got caught out, she would have been dead for sure by Kerrigan. So just a great job all around. I'm going to leave the talents up for you guys to see in case you want to copy the builds for your games to try out. Once again, I'm Dualistic. This is Chair League Season 3 Playoffs, Semi-Finals for Division 2, and congratulations to Rip the Dream. They are going to the finals. And if you like my cast, please give me a follow. This VOD will be up on YouTube very shortly. You can find the information on my YouTube below. And have a great night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of Chair League coming up tomorrow and Friday.